Hi, I'm Siobhan.
And I'm Brandon.
And we are Parkers on the Go.
First video, so please be patient with us. We are a couple who have a traveling itch and we love to scratch it.
Yeah, so we just decided, since it's something that we love to do, that we're just going to start documenting our videos or our travels and let you guys come along with us on the journey.
We here lately we've been going to Universal Studios in Orlando quite a bit. We are annual pass holders, which I purchased for her birthday back in May. So now we're probably going every 2 or 3 months. So we frequent Universal Studios. Along the way, we'll be traveling other places, doing other things. So we're just gonna document all that and bring you guys along, and hopefully you enjoy it.
First thing that I think we'll just talk about is our latest trip to Universal. You'll kind of see throughout the video that we may look a little different throughout those videos, and it's just because we do take videos and we've taken pictures, but I don't think we did enough over the past 3 trips to do one whole video, so I kind of pushed them all together. So you may see a different hairstyle than what you've seen in the previous part, but it all culminates to the same thing, which means we have a love for Universal, and we're just going to keep going, and we want to take you guys with us. So our latest trip we actually stayed in March, and we went during Mardi Gras. So we flew from RDU, and which is in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we flew into Orlando International Airport. We did not purchase everything in a bundle from Universal, just because I am a travel agent, so I am able to get a little bit of different perks than what you would if you were just buying a ticket. So we did have a different form of transportation. Once we got there, we were picked up by Mears Transportation Service. I would highly recommend them if you're looking for travel in that area. They took us directly to our resort, which was at Dockside Inn.
We got there. We got at the hotel a little early.
Probably around 11.
Probably around 11. They don't have to check you in until 4.
Yeah.
So that it can either be a really good thing or a really bad thing, because you can end up waiting. If you get there super early, you can end up waiting until late afternoon, 3 or 4. So the last couple of times we've gotten there around 10 or 11, hoping that the room would be ready, and it hasn't been. So we had to find other things to do. Like we just went to either walk around the hotel, go to the pool, or we'll just go to CityWalk, have a bite to eat, and then usually when we go to CityWalk and have a bite to eat, the room is usually ready. So just be wary. If you do get there early, there is a chance that you may end up waiting an extended period of time to get a room.
Yeah. The good thing about it is, just depending on how, I can say we've gone and we've had just a standard room and the room has not been ready, and we've had a 2-bedroom suite at Dockside and the room has still not been ready. So it just depends on how busy they are. You can request to have the room earlier, but it just all depends on how busy they are and how fast they can get those rooms turned around. Just checking into the Dockside Inn. We're going to give you guys a room tour and a hotel tour in a bit, but we are under a time constraint because ticketing closed at 6. We do have early park reservations in the morning, and we want to make sure we make our dinner reservations at 6:45. So I sent Shaylin and Brandon to the room to drop off the luggage. I'm gonna pick up the tickets and then we're gonna try to hop the shuttle to go get there at our reservations, and I'll let you know where that is in just a few minutes. So you'll see in the video, you know, like he said before, we find other things to do. The first thing that we did on this last trip was went to CityWalk and got something to eat. That's another thing that we really, really recommend, that if you are going, please stay on property, take advantage of those perks of having that transportation.
Yeah, I believe the first time we went, we did rent a car, and just there. I mean, obviously there are pros and cons to renting a car, but I think we just prefer just taking Universal's transportation. Because it's rarely, if ever, that we need to go off site, like to get food or to get anything like that. So, just our preference is to just use the hotel resort transportation.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when we rented the car the last time, we probably moved that car twice, and we only did it because we had it. The resorts, they have restaurants on site where you can actually eat there and for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you want. So I think they don't close until about 10 o'clock. So that's a good thing. If you decide that you don't want to spend the extra money renting a car, you don't really have to. You can just use that resort transportation.
Now, they do have restaurants also within walking distance. There's also a Walgreens, also in walking distance from Surfside and Dockside. So you do have that convenience where you may not necessarily need to rent a vehicle because everything, like I said, is in walking distance if you do need to pick up something. And I do also believe that Amazon, if you're staying for an extended period of time, Amazon will deliver to the hotel. So again, you don't necessarily need to leave the property to go get things that you need.
Absolutely. So that was our experience with that. Like I said, we did decide that we were going to do Embassy Sports Grill. We did go to Embassy Sports Grill. Mixed reviews. Our daughter was with us on all of our trips except for one, I think. So you'll see her pop in, from time to time on the video. But we actually kind of almost made NBC Sports Grill a staple when we go now. It's just a part of our routine because we do, we have certain things that we like. As you'll see in the video, there's certain things that we don't, but it's definitely one of our favorite spots to eat.
Now that we have the annual pass, you do get a...
I think it's 10 or 15%. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, so you do get a discount off the food. So it's just easy to go there. Reasonably priced food for it being Florida and a theme park. So it is reasonably priced food. It's a good area. So we enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your rating, Mom?
I rated it 10.
What's your rating?
Everything was a 10 out of 10 until first forkful of macaroni and cheese produced no flavor. And after that, it was 0 out of 0.
Dang.
So that pretty much sums up our arrival days. We pretty much do the same thing on our arrival days until we did get the pass. Our daughter, who usually goes with us, she does not have the pass. So what we usually do is just buy her a 3-day pass. Depending on how long we stay, we'll just use the first day to go get our bearings, relax, and then pick up fresh the next day.
Pool experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's you, because I was in the shade most of the time. You're the one who experienced the pool, so you can talk more about that.
Yeah, so first thing you have to know is my poor husband, and you may see in these videos, I torture him by taking him to Florida because he has a small sun allergy, but he loves me enough to go on these trips, and I think he's actually come to love the trips as well. But So we do have to make sure that he's very much protected with the high SPF sunscreen and make sure that he has gaiters and all that stuff. But so some things he will participate in, especially if we remember to like pack the sunscreen or pack our swimsuit. This last trip he did not. He packed the swimsuit, but we forgot to take out the sunscreen. So we checked the luggage with luggage services at the hotel, and then we just went out to the pool to wait for our room, which was not ready. But he stayed in the shade. We did get in the pool. The pool is they have areas where it's kind of zero entry, where you can just, walk straight into it. And then there's areas where you can step down into the pool. Is a very nice temperature. It's huge, actually. It's a nice huge pool. And then they have a poolside bar. I know at Dockside they have 2 pools. I think Surfside only has 1 because it is the sister hotel to Dockside, but it's a little smaller. So just depending on which building you stay in at Dockside, you can access a pool and a pool bar, which is good because it's a great size hotel. So with Early Park, if you're staying on property, get to the bus stop as early as possible if you're going to take the universal transportation. For our family, the time seems to be 7:30 no matter what we say. The buses do start running at 7. People are in line at 6:30, 6:45 waiting for the buses to start running. When you get to the park, people are already inside the park. So definitely take advantage of that early park and take advantage of that transportation and plan your time accordingly. If this is something that, if you have a large family, if it's something you want to do, just consider, is your vacation, plan it how you would like.
I believe the park opens at 8. Sometimes there is kind of a scheduling issue with some rides, saying that they don't open till 9, but then you go back and check the waiting time, and the rides are actually open. But if you want to beat the crowd and have your best chance to get as many rides in as possible, we would recommend taking advantage of the early park admission, just to get as many rides out of the way as possible before the park opens.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing we will mention is that they will require you to show either your annual pass or your room key to get into the park, into those parts of the park where those rides are located. Most of it is going to be geared toward anything Harry Potter. I know the last time we went, like I said, we were able to get on Harry Potter rides, but we were also able to do Spider-Man. Hulk was supposed to open, but they had a delayed opening, so we couldn't do that. So it's all just about what is open that day. But we definitely recommend, especially because of our situation, with my husband having that small sun allergy. I will say that for us, we definitely take advantage of early park, take a break midday where the sun is at its highest, and then go back later on that afternoon. We just feel like that's what works best for our family. Who would like a midday nap, apparently.
Naps.
The nap adverse person, me over here, has come to love those midday naps. So that's something that we absolutely do. Early park admission, if you want to beat the crowds, because as soon as that park opens at 9, if early park is at 8, when the park opens at 9 and they let folks in, you immediately see those ride times jump. I mean, the last time we were there, we ended up getting in 3 rides before the park opened in the hours, which is good. And I think we actually jumped parks and still got 3 rides in. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, definitely take advantage of it. It's